Anthony Slater here with Eric Horn. We're inside Oracle Arena in Oakland after a pretty shocking Thunder win. Game 1, they come in here down 13.5 and end up with the win. As always, our Thunder videos are brought to you by J. Marshall Square at Oklahoma City's only big house apartment community. Eric, this team is now up 1-0 on the road. They've won 4 straight games. Spurs, Warriors. They've now won 3 straight playoff road games in places where the rest of the NBA, I believe, is 3-81 or something like that this season. I mean, this team has kind of turned the corner.
I'm hesitant to say they have, but
well, I mean, they may lose the series, but you got it. I mean,
I'm always hesitant with the Thunder in turning a corner, but this is the real stage. This isn't the regular season. They're doing it on the biggest stage, on the road, and you got to give kudos to the Thunder tonight for putting in an impressive performance on the road. Particularly Russell Westbrook. I thought he was outstanding.
7 steals. You mentioned, particularly in the fourth quarter, not Westbrook, but this team, they only give up 14 points to the Warriors. The Warriors' previous low in the fourth quarter in the playoffs was 22. Great defense. The Warriors go 1-10 shooting. Curry and Thompson go combined 1-10. Some of it, as the Warriors said post-game, was they were kind of rushing quick shots. Thompson took a terrible corner 3 at one point. But some of it is just this Thunder defense that stayed big, was also able to stay in front of Golden State. A lot of switches. Steven Adams was great. Just a great defensive performance.
Yeah, it was outstanding defensive performance. I mean, Steph Curry had as many turnovers in the second half as he had made shots. Or it might have been it might have been the fourth quarter, I believe. But just a great defensive performance again from the Thunder. Steven Adams, as you said, was huge. He had a double-double. Serge Ibaka had some big rebounds for him on the offensive boards as well. And Kevin Durant came through at the end with a clutch shot of Andre Iguodala.
Yes, Steven Adams, not only the great defense, the 16 points, 12 rebounds, 4 clutch free throws down the stretch, including 2 huge ones late after he drove the lane, surprisingly. And then Durant, you mentioned his shot. That was after 8 misses. The Stars shoot tonight combined, Durant and Westbrook, 17 of 51, and they still get this win, which I think is a fantastic sign. But you mentioned Westbrook, his third quarter, 19 points, 3 of his 7 steals. You wrote a little bit about that, right?
Yeah, Westbrook was outstanding again. I mean, when he starts going on his run of 15 consecutive points, the Thunder was down 10, and the Warriors were shooting the lights out during that stretch where Westbrook went off. The Warriors scored 20 points in that stretch. Westbrook scored 19. So you got to give credit to Westbrook really keeping him in the game, and not just with his offense, with his defense.
Well, yeah, the steals, some of his gambles work. Some of his 3-point shots that you're like, oh, I don't know about that shot. He's hitting them. Yeah. He hit some in the Spurs series. You never know with this guy. But anyways, moving forward, Game 2, the Thunder got to get greedy here. You can be satisfied and go back to Oklahoma City 1-1, but if they can come out and potentially play well and steal Game 2, they could really take control of the series. Game 2, Wednesday night. Here's some of the comments post-game.
KD, Jet from Worcester. We come back in the fourth quarter. What's the big change?
Well, we scored 38 points in that third. Russell was counting us to get to the rim, finishing. We just followed that lead and we just played hard on the defensive end. We withstood a couple of leads they had, just kept playing through it, and was able to get some stops in the fourth.
Anthony Slater with Oklahoma. You guys go combined, I believe, 17 of 50 or something tonight. I can't remember the number. But what does it say about what else you guys did and the help you're getting from others that you still win that game in here?
Man, I mean, you hear it all the time. Defense wins. We get stops. If we don't score, we try not to let the other team score. So we miss shots. That's that's gonna happen. That's a part of being who we are as leaders of this team. We miss shots. But we just stay with it on the defensive end, and I think when we got the shots late in the game, we was able to, focus it and knock them down.
Barry Trammell, the Oklahoma. Kevin, you guys are up 1 in the last minute. Offense sort of stagnates on a certain play, and Adams gets the ball, sort of unencumbered. He drives to the basket, gets fouled, makes 2 foul shots. How big was that? And especially a guy who got hacked intentionally early to come back and make 2 foul shots with the game on the line.
That was huge. That was huge. That was a big play for us. He was able to recover that ball. Got away from it a little bit. He recovered it. They were so worried about us at the 3-point line. He was able to keep it in. I knew they were going to foul him, but we're confident in Steven when he goes to the free throw line. He's confident in himself. Those free throws are huge. So, I think his work on the defensive end, guard, Green going to the basket, he did a great job on that and just, making him shoot over his lane. So he played a great overall game for us tonight.
Gallo, OKCThunder.com. Russell, What impact did it have that you guys are able to switch a lot of things on the perimeter, especially in that fourth quarter? Seemed like they had to shoot over hands a lot.
I mean, it's huge. They change the lineups a lot throughout the game. Sometimes they have Green at the center, but I thought our bigs did a great job of throwing personnel, switching out, doing a great job of making the finish over our line.
Also, I'm sorry, Antonio Harvey, Sacramento Observer. Russell, you had a big fall there in the first quarter, but it seemed like you got stronger as the game went on, especially in the second half. Can you talk about that fall?
Yeah, man. Time of the year where you're gonna get hit, but you gotta find a way to get back up. And I think my teammates do a great job of constantly keep trusting in me and trusting my abilities to help us win games. And I came back in the second half and tried to find ways to impact the game, and it helped us out.
Russell, I just wanted to follow up there. Carl Stewart from the Oakland Tribune. How are you feeling after you took those couple of hard knocks there in the first quarter and been knocked to the floor by Bogut? And then in the third quarter, you made that three-pointer, and it just seemed like you were a changed man after that. I mean, can you talk about those two situations?
Yeah, man. Like I said before, plays like that's going to happen when you get tangled up and you get hit. But you just got to find a way to get back up. And as for second half, third quarter, just try to stay aggressive and find ways to impact the game. For me, my job is not just to score the basketball. My job is to get guys open, defend, rebound, whatever it is that's needed at the time to help us win games.
Kevin, how much of a factor tonight was the poise, the composure that you guys played with in the fourth quarter?
It was huge. It was huge. Coming in here, we just want to stay together through it all. And I think our guys did a great job mentally, just sticking with it. We were down early. We didn't give up. We didn't. They hit a tough three going to the half. We didn't hang our heads. When they hit tough shots, we just kept playing. We just kept coming at them on both ends of the floor. And, so that was good for us. And then late in the game when we needed it, we got stops, we got rebounds, and was able to score.
Michelle Steele, ESPN. Coach talked a little bit about embracing adversity. I asked him about how this team has been able to close out games on the road in some very, very tough venues in Oakland and San Antonio. Where are you guys finding the resolve to keep battling back?
Well, we've been doing that all season. We had our ups and downs, throughout the season. But we just, we stay with it. We're a resilient group, and we just keep fighting to the end. That's all we can do.
Candy from Tencent. Seems like you guys were doing very good on the road after these playoffs. What's the reason for that?
We sticking to who we are as a team, no matter where we play, and we know when the road is just it's us against the world. I feel just the guys on the bench versus everybody in the arena. So we just try to stick together even more when we on the road, and teams are gonna make runs at home. Just gotta I can't keep saying enough. We just gotta keep playing, keep fighting, and keep our heads up no matter what.
Anthony Slater with Oklahoma, 10 first half turnovers, only 2 in the second. What happened after halftime? How'd you curb those?
We just didn't turn it over. We just tried to make smart plays. We didn't try to play in the crowd. I had some bonehead turnovers early on, just trying to make plays, squeeze the ball in its tight spots. We just try to make a simple pass afterwards.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma. Russell, in the first half, when you played Cantor and Adams together, it was not effective. You had to get Cantor off the floor, but in the second half, they were very effective together. What do you think changed there?
Nothing. Just sticking with it. Like Kevin said, man, regardless of what's going on, we feel confident in the guys on the floor. Our job is to defend at a high level and constantly keep working at what we do and work for us in the second half.
Two halves for us. The turnovers in the first half really hurt us. They, really, I think, punished us in transition off of our turnovers. Missed 6 free throws, and then, even our transition beside the turnovers was a difficult problem for us. So I thought in the second half we did a much better job. We took better care of the basketball, which enabled us to get back in transition, and I think probably play better defense. It's one game, and we'll have to take a look at the film and try to figure out ways we can get better and improve, and try to come back and play better on Wednesday.
Myron Patton, Fox 25, Oklahoma City.
the turnovers 10 the first half, 2 the second half. What was the biggest change? Why so much better the second half?
You know, I felt like our decision-making was better. I felt like we were in the middle of the floor a little bit more, where maybe some options were a little bit easier to see. You know, I think our guys were conscientious about it. And again, I've said this before, you know, we're not a perfect team, but these guys really battle and fight and they compete. And I think when they see something that's a problem, they really try to do to the best of their ability, take the time to try to correct it.
Coach Donovan, Tony Harvey, Sacramento Observer. Coach Donovan, Westbrook went down in that first quarter pretty hard.
Yeah, we can get started. Name and affiliation, please.
Hey, Steph. Phil Barber, Santa Rosa Press, Democrat. Warriors shots went cold in the fourth quarter. I'm wondering if you feel like that was just you guys not shooting well, or if the Thunder defense did a lot to take that away from you.
We got rushed a little bit, tried to go for the home run plays. You know, sometimes it works. When you get a feel like if it's not clicking, you're not getting the shots that you want, kind of forcing it. We need to have more composure to be able to slow it down and work those possessions. Because defensively we were getting enough stops and rebounds that we had opportunity. We just got out of character a little bit. But something we'll learn from going forward.
Steph, Ann Killian with the San Francisco Chronicle. Steve Kerr said that he thought the thing that really jumped out were your guys' turnovers in the second half compared to OKC. Do you feel that way? And I know turnovers are sometimes your bugaboo. Well, were you feeling like you were not being crisp enough with your passes, or?
A couple of them were just kind of bad timing on certain reads, especially in the pick and roll, a couple of drop passes. But when you compound turnovers that may or may not happen with bad possessions and quick shots and rushed possessions, then it makes it seem a lot worse. So, we got to play aggressive. We take some chances every once in a while, but obviously we want to cut down on only 14, but most of them in the second half. Down the stretch, we want to cut down on some of those, but when we have better possessions down the stretch of the game, especially in the fourth quarter, when we're in striking distance of gaining momentum and taking the lead, you got to take advantage of those opportunities, and we didn't do that tonight.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma. Draymond, you guys took advantage of Cantor's on the floor, his defense in the first half, but not so much in the second half when he played with Adams. What was the difference?
I don't think we were ourselves offensively in the second half. And we got away from the ball movement, and everything was pretty much ISO basketball, So I think if, we execute our game plan, and play the way we play in the second half, then the same thing works out the way it did in the first half. But, we were kind of scattered and all over the place in the second half. So I think, that a lot of that goes on our shoulders.
How much of that was their defense, especially in the fourth quarter? You guys scored 14 points.
I mean, you got to give them some credit. You can't just come up here and say, hey, it wasn't their defense, because they played well defensively. But I think if we move the ball the way we do, and that is what's been working for us the entire year, I think it's a different story. But we didn't do that, so I think, like I said before, part of that is us, and you have to give our defense a lot of credit. You can't just say, oh, if we, it was on us. Like, some of it was, but their defense was, they played defense very well. They were all over the place. Guys were flying around. Guys were helping each other. So that's what it takes to win, and that's why they won the game.
Myron Patton, KOK, Fox 25. First half, they had a bunch of turnovers, 10, only 2 the second half. Second half, you guys had 8. What was the biggest change? Was it their defense or just your carelessness? What changed with the turnovers?
I think we were very careless. I think we were rushing. Everything was rushed. We didn't, we lost our poise. And Russell was all over the place. He caused a lot of havoc. So we definitely lost our poise, and it wasn't ourselves. That's for sure. But like I said before, you gotta give our defense a lot of credit for that.
Steve Berman, Barry Sports Guy. Draymond, you guys gave up 38 points in the third quarter. It's a rarity for you guys. What happened?
It started on the offensive end. You turn the ball over. Usually when you turn the ball over on them, they're getting it done. They're that athletic. And, you know, we were all out of sync on the offensive end. A couple times we didn't get back. And we fouled way too much in that third quarter. I'm not sure how many free throws they had in that third quarter, but it was a bunch. And when you're allowing a team to set their defense every time because you got to take the ball out the rim on a free throw, makes everything a lot different. So cut down on the turnovers and stop fouling.